can tell, and I know it's your grace all my days. I will sing your praise. Your praise. I can see, I can tell, and I know it's your grace all my days. I will sing your praise. If you are a child of grace, I can see, I can tell, and I know it's your grace all my days. I will sing your praise. All the beneficiaries of grace, join me. I can see, I can tell, and I know it's your grace all my days. I will sing. Ring the bells, ring the bells. What's his name? Everybody lift your voice. With a Ezebube, Ezebube. See how far you brought. Say, Ezebube. Hey, I'm so glad you found me worthy. Not by power, Jesus. I can see, I can tell. And I know it's your grace all my days. I will sing your praise. Most of you just say, take a Sunday Hasa. Listen, they say, Kinda Hasa. Some of you are like me. People gave up on you. People gave up. I was not supposed to go to the university because there was nobody. There ain't nobody to send me to university. When my father died, they shared all of us. You go and be houseboy. You go and learn carpenter. You go and do this. But by the Spirit of the living God, all me and all my siblings, we are graduates. I can see, I can tell, and I know it's His grace all my days. I will sing your praise. Most of you here, if the Lord will open up the file, somebody had written on you, like Mordecai, who wrote a file that all the children of Israel must die. He has already written the file, just waiting for the king to append his signature. But a revelation was given like this. A gathering was called like this. Let us pray. Let us fast. Let us worship. And Esther led that worship. At the end of the day, at the end of the day, at the end of the day, the people who were supposed to die started ruling. And the people who were ruling started to die. You came here this night to worship. I mean those who came to worship. But let me tell you, as you leave here going home, there's a record changing. There's a record changing. There's a file changing. There's a file changing. In our branch, somebody's promotion was suppressed for over 6 years. And one day the Lord said, it's time. They are going to bring your file up. If you have ever survived to this level by your grace, sit down. By yourself, sit down. But if grace has brought you this far, if grace has brought you this far, if grace has brought you this far, I want to speak to children of grace. I want to speak to you. Know this. Know this and go home with this. No matter what you see after today, hear the word of the Lord. He that has brought you this far is able and willing to finish what he has started in you. So no matter what the politics say, no matter what the economy say, look at yourself. Look at yourself. Moses looked at himself and disqualified himself. God gave him a sign that made him bold to stand before Pharaoh. He said, Moses, that thing in your hand, cast it down. Let me stand on this exalted altar to tell you, the same stick that was in your hand, in this 2023, that stick will turn to a miracle. The same stick that he was using to pursue cow, malu, sheep, ram. The same stick went before Pharaoh. Do you know who Pharaoh is? Pharaoh is like the United States president, the strongest president in the world then. The same stick went before Pharaoh and did 10, not 1, 10 signs. The same stick parted the Red Sea. When Pastor Bafemi was preaching, he said, if you try to copy somebody, you'll be fake of yourself. Don't change your stick. Whatever stick God has given you, hold it and use it very well. Find your territory. Don't try to be like Aaron, who was called to assist but wanted to lead. The only time he led the people into idol worshiping. I want to pray with you, but I want you to know, always trust in the Lord with all your heart. Lean not on your own understanding. In all your ways, acknowledge him, and he will direct your path. But before then, can I tell you something? When you worship, it shows that you are telling God, I can't take the next step without you speaking. It is in worship that God speaks. It's in prayer that he speaks. Can I ask all the parents here, how will you feel if your son don't communicate with you for a day? How will you feel? That's the same way God feels when in 24 hours you can't get on your knees and say, dear Lord. For all of you high flyers, I don't have that privilege now, because if the Lord does not speak in a day, before that day dark, my corpse will be on the ground. Every child of grace, I want you to take 50 seconds of my time. Give God the worship that he brought you this far. Give him the worship that he brought you this far. See how far you brought me. Ezebube, I'm so glad you found me worthy. I can see, I can tell. Take your time, take your time. And I know it's your grace. All my days I will sing your praise. Take your time, take your time. 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 Ella. Sound. I can see, I can see, I can tell. It's your grace.